Hello everyone, today we are going to take a look at the spot welder. This is used for doing such kind of things, fixing cells with nickel tabs, and the novelty of this device is that it's very compact, very small, portable, and it has a self-contained rechargeable battery. Although this is not for professional use, it's not intended to build big batteries, it's mostly for a smaller do-it-yourself project and small repairs and build some smaller batteries, but not for building huge e-bike batteries or stuff like that. So let's take a quick look first at the device. So it comes with the lids that will do the spot welding. It comes with some sample nickel tape here and the charging cable and the instruction manual, which is hopefully in English. Yes, it is in English, and it looks just like that. Very simple manual, and we do get some nice specifications here, such as the working voltage. This has a lithium-ion, lithium polymer battery that has 5 amp capacity, 65 C rate, and that it can output up to 4 to 600 amps current, which should be really nice, and welding capacity up to 0.12 millimeters. So if you plan to use thicker tabs, don't get this one because you will not be able to use it. I also have here some 0.50 millimeters tabs just to test it to see if it works or not, although as you've seen it's 0.12 only. And the sample here, there's no label on it, nothing, so let's measure this up and see how thick it is. So I'm going to use this digital caliper and let's see how thick this one is. So 0.08, that's very thin actually. 0.09, so not very consistent. Let's try that again. 0.8, 0.9, 0.7. Let's try it here. Does this start from 0? Yes. So this is very thin. Now it's not okay. I think this is 0.10. Now it's showing 0.10. Let's try it here. Yes, so it's 0.10 actually. But if you press this very hard, it will kind of squish it because it's very thin and it will show something less. But yes, this is 0.10. And I have this one here, and this is thicker. This is sold as 0.15. So let's check this out with the same caliper. So this is 0.15. Let's try it again in another place. 0.17, 0.16, 0.20, 0.18. So you get the idea. 0.15. Alright, so this should not work with this. On this battery the tabs are also 0.15 because I've previously measured them. And let's install it, let's test it, let's see how it works. So on the front menu here, if you can call it a menu or interface, it has the connectors, it has a small LED, USB Type-C charger, and the single button here is for turning it on or off or changing the work modes. So if you want to power it on, you need to press and hold the power button for a few seconds, and it has that sound, and now it shows the level. And if you press this, it will now cycle the lamp here. So one blink, it's level 1, it's now 2 blinks, 3, 4, and the maximum number, which is 5 or 5th level. And that's how this works. And to shut it down, you need to press the button, hold it pressed, and it's now off. Another neat thing about it is that you can actually check the battery voltage directly. It doesn't have a display to show you the remaining power, but if I turn on my multimeter here and it's on voltage, I can use the test probes and just put them here, and it will actually measure the internal battery voltage, which is at 3.98 volts, so at 4 volts. It's not fully charged, it's kind of in storage charge almost. At 3.8 it's long-term storage, and this is fine, so you need to fully charge it to get the best power out of it. And now I'm going to install the welding leads. A pretty good material here. I don't know the thickness of the wire. Let's see, it's a 10 AVG, so pretty thick, should be pretty good, with resistance up to 200 degrees centigrade. And these look like being made out of copper and are covered in a clear silicone wrap that give you good feeling, and they will not slip away easy from your hand. For the first test I'm going to use an old cell that still works, but it's not clean. Here it's recovered from a faulty laptop battery, and you can see here it's by far not okay for spot welding in this condition, as you should clean this or buff it away a bit to make it more smooth. Nonetheless, I'm going to try to solder this, spot weld it actually. So I'm going to turn this on, and I'm going to choose first gear, so 1 blink, and I'm going to hold this like I'm going to eat with bamboo sticks, something like that. And I'm going to put that there, and as simple as that. On first level I get my first spots here, and it's very strong actually, and you can see here the marks. There are some small marks there, hopefully the camera will focus, but not big marks that were left from the older weld. And you can see here where the material was welded. Alright, let's try it on level 2. The wires are rather short because long wires will tend to decrease efficiency, so it's kind of complicated as you are dragging that battery with you. Okay, so that was on second level. Yet again another nice one, and that wasn't actually so strong because it was closer to those spots there. Let's check it now on third gear. I'm going to use a clean spot here on the tab, and I get another, sorry for that, I get another weld, and this one it's holding very well. I think I'm going to need pliers. Now I managed to take it off. Let's see here, did the band broke? Nope, doesn't seem to be broken yet. It was holding very well. And let's see further, fourth gear, let's try that again. So as a con, I don't like the short wires. I'm going to try to use my 2 hands now together, and I think this is much better now. Yes, this is very strong here. I'm going to try to first one. Okay, second one. So that was very good, very solid. And I also have the 5th level here. By the way, on the third weld, I had perfect weld, as this material now has holes in it, so material was left there, so that was very good. And actually it broke and left the material there, so it was very good, let's call it penetration. And now on the 5th level, the maximum one, this is totally solid and impossible to take off with. Okay, and again we have holes in the tab here. Let's try now the 0.15. I don't expect this to work. I think it's too thick for this type of welding with this device, because this is very small, but I'm going to try it nonetheless. And okay, and look at that, it did hold, but not that good. Let's try it again, let's give it one more chance. Let's try another one next to it, and yet again another one. Okay, so I put a few spots there. The battery holds, but it will not stay there, so it doesn't have enough power. Let's try something else now. I'm going to try thin over thick. This will work. So if I'm going to use this over that one, I'm going to use the battery as a support. Alright, and I think this is going to be a solid one. Yes, of course. And again, it breaks the material from the tab and leaves some tiny holes in there, so that was a perfect weld. So if you want to use this on thicker tabs, it will not work, but if you want to use with thin tabs, there is also a workaround. If you want to make higher current batteries, you can use 0.10 and actually double it or triple it, and then it will be able to take all that power, but means a lot more work and more welding spots, but you are going to do the job. So that's why I was telling you this is good for smaller job repairs, but not building big batteries with big currents, because you are going to do a lot of soldering with these smaller ones. Not soldering, spot welding. And just for fun, another quick test. So I'm going to actually spot weld two cells together. I'm going to use it that way. It's better than with just one hand. So first one has been fixed, and the second one here, and now I can double the weld spots or even triple. And I like the discharge current and the working rate, because this doesn't have a capacitor that needs to charge or needs to cool down. You can actually spot weld very fast and repeated. There's no wait time, no charge time, and as you can see, I can put a lot of ugly spot welds there, and this is now really solid. So it really needs a lot of force to break off, so you can do a pretty good job, even considering how bad this looks here and this one here. So that was it for now. Sadly, I don't have a 0.12 or 0.13. I think that this might work also at the limit with 0.13 nickel strips. I do have some on order, but they didn't arrive yet, so I'm going to do a follow-up video probably and test it again. So if you want something that's cheap, because this is very cheap for small builds, light power application such as building batteries for light torches or auxiliary lights on a bicycle, or doing some small lithium ion batteries for a drone or an airplane, RC airplane, and it doesn't need a lot of cells, then you can use several layers of 0.10 and they are going to work perfectly, because on 0.10 it welds really nice on almost all the levels. I think that level 3 it's perfect for this type of material, otherwise you may end up puncturing it and breaking it. So that was it. I hope that you have enjoyed this video, and until my next one, see you and bye bye.